Okie dokie. What's up? So I more or less just wanted to make this video to kind of get like a look at how Granblue is doing. If you've seen Cygames Cup last week, they announced Sandalphon is coming to Granblue Fantasy Versus, and kind of a sneak peek of how things are going to seem in version 2.0 of Granblue Fantasy Versus. So I was just thinking of like, what if what if I just came back to the game. I've been off the game for like a year and a half now, I think, at this point, and I just kind of wanted to see how things were going on in the game. And I mean, if you've seen my videos on my YouTube channel, you know that I've done like a bunch of combo videos. So yeah, I guess it was kind of surprising that like I just stopped doing any sort of content with Granblue, because I was really into it. I really like Granblue for what it is. I think it's a simple, fun game, but understandably there's a lot of things with the game that has turned off some OG players from the community. They've turned off some players that were giving it a passing glance and seeing like, maybe I could get into this, and not really getting into it. So yeah, just kind of wanted to come back and thought about making this video to show other people that have stopped playing the game of like what's going on in the game currently. So one of the things I wanted to kind of showcase is how things are looking online. I know that this isn't the case. I don't want this to be used as like, oh, this is how the community is currently, and put it in a bad spotlight. More or less of like, hey, if you're going to come back to online of this game, expect what I'm going to go through of how things might turn out if you play online. So, obviously I know that there's a bunch of people playing Granblue, or they enjoy Granblue, but going to the lobbies here, it's just one open lobby, and I think, yeah, 26 people. I did play this a little bit before starting this video, and there was like 30 people. So seeing that there's 26 here now is like, okay, because I remember that there were a lot of lobbies where like this was packed. There'd be people playing over there that, like, you could see all the cabinets there were, they used to be filled to the brim, and now it's like, oh, okay. Like, things have kind of, they've settled down, and that's kind of understandable from fighting games. Like, that usually does happen, but it kind of seems like it's especially been that case. One of the things that I actually really like is that it shows footage from past fighting game tournaments here. And I think, comparatively to Street Fighter 6, that's something that they really need to take advantage of, because, like, if you're not in the FGC, you're not in the FGC like that, like, you're not going to have any idea that there's these big major tournaments happening. I appreciate that this is happening, and, like, you can watch this to your own leisure. Like, maybe you can learn from other players, like, how to play Percival, how to play Beatrix. I kind of want to see that from Street Fighter 6. It just feels like a missed opportunity of like having this little feature. Like, I don't know the logistics of what you would have to do to make this work, but it'd be kind of nice if like a tournament is happening and you could see from the game like, oh shit, this is what's happening. But hey, again, I don't know the logistics of that, but like, that'd be cool. I do want to kind of give like an idea of how the online I do want to kind of give an idea of how the online numbers for, like, you can see that there's a bunch of people here. You might run into people that are like very strong. You can see by the master rank there, or people that are just like knowledgeable with the character that they're playing. I'm not saying like, oh, find people your rank. Just be wary that like, yeah, there are still people that love this game to death, and they will play this game to death, and they will play the character that they like. The character that I am gonna go with, because honestly I have forgotten the characters that I've done videos for, and I'm basically going into this with like a wiped clean slate of just like, yeah, I forgot how to play this, is Beatrix, because understandably like Beatrix is good. One of the few characters that has ways of getting plus frames that isn't just like jabs. Okay, let's see how this goes.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Oh, he doesn't know? Oh, I try to backdash that. Interesting. Really? No.
Excellent.
Nope. Throw, baby. Yeah, I thought that'd be enough, but okay.
Battle 2. Engage.
Oh, he was like, I don't like that. I don't like this person. Okay. Like this. Squeeze out the damage. Oh, we don't even need it. Alright. He looks a little lost. Okay. Nope. Oh. I'm gonna do a read. Ah! I fat fingered. I fat fingered hard.
Excellent.
Nope. Oh, that was a punish? Okay, sick. I didn't know that was a punish. Okay. I wanted the command grab. Whee! Come on. Let's wait. That's fine. That's fine. That's not fine. Easy. I got rank up. Let's go.
Beatrix versus
Yule. Oh, and that's double plus Yule. Okay. Let's see what I can do.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Might be tough. Alright.
Excellent. Excellent.
That's fine. There you go. Yeah, why is it like... Oh, the rollback frames. I just looked at the rollback frames. Okay. Why is the rollback going crazy? No. Yeah, dude, why is the rollback going crazy? I have experienced that the first couple of games I did. I was fighting someone that had 60 MS and then all of a sudden it just like, it just went like the 7 frames of rollback and it slowed down really bad.
Battle 1.
So I don't know if that's an issue of the servers. I don't know if that's the issue of the player. He's trying to max out. Interesting setup. I'll try to get EXCP there. But yeah, it's like going up to 6 frames now, and it's making it strange. So you may run into that where it's like, says it's 60, but it feels like Dookie. Oh, that was good. Oh, that's plus? Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Don't lag out. Don't lag out. Oh, it's lagging out. There we go. I don't know why it does that. Look, it's right back to 6. That's crazy.
Battle 3.
It's still at 6. Nice. I think I have to throw punish that. That's what it is. Oh shit! Nah, I should have stayed still. I just don't want the slowdown. That's what I'm upset about. Okay. Shit. Whoa, where is my button? Oh my god, the slowdown. Let's go. Really? EFTP. And there's the 6 frames! This will not kill. It'd be funny if it... Oh, it actually might because I got rid of the diamonds. Damn! Very patient. I'm patient enough. That's what I was waiting for. That's what I was also waiting for. Nice. I think that's a good way of showing you like what to expect if you come into the ranked mode of online. You will usually run into people that like you can get games against. Anyone available, anyone waiting for a match, you know, they'll be down to play. Now, this portion of the video is going to go through some of the changes that I would want to see for Rising 2.0. Some of these requested changes are to address what the current problems still are happening in Granblue. So if you got off of Granblue Versus because of these issues, guess what? They're still apparent. And one of the issues, of course, is the fact that 6XL is still pretty much a dominated thing in Granblue Neutral. The players have definitely gotten better in like trying to scout it out, trying to whiff punish it, but it's still pretty much how Neutral is dominated here in Granblue. For people that might not understand how it works, so this on block will always be +2. So that'll always be +2. But there are certain ranges where if spaced out, it could go up to being +4. Now, the way that this functions in terms of frame data, this kind of makes sense in that, like, if you're +2, and let's say that your medium is an 8-frame starter, which is what Versusia's close medium is, then naturally, if you were to go into close medium after a 6XL, then the close medium should come out and work as if it's a 6-frame button. And that kind of makes sense. What kind of dominates what wins in a scramble situation, so then that way there's not as many clash situations happening, there's not as much craziness happening that you would maybe see in games like BlazBlue or Guilty Gear, is that moves are decided based on their attack level. So Far Light right there from Beatrix, that is considered a level 1. And the thing is, 6XLs are considered level 2s, and close medium I believe is a level 2 as well. Now, on paper or by numbers, however you want to say it, this should create a clash situation, because if I go into close medium, we should both trade. But the close medium wins out because it's a higher attack level than Beatrix's Far Light. So it'll just win out, and you can see right there the crush symbol that comes out. If you do try and challenge, then the higher attack level button will just win out. And I think a means to try and stop it is honestly give 6XLs more pushback. Like, they've already done a patch where 6XLs create more pushback. I really don't think that this is enough. If not that, maybe say that close mediums have specific hitboxes to them. Because in the case of someone like Belial here, his close medium is ridiculously huge. Like, the hitbox for it, like, covers an insane amount for what the move appears to be. I think it should, like, be calmed down, and other close mediums that function like this should also be calmed down. But we can see that if I were to try and challenge with a Far Light afterwards, it still kind of doesn't matter, because since my Far Light also comes out in 6 frames, it acts like a 4-framer. So, in the same aspect, if we look at Belial's close medium, his also comes out in 6 frames and will act like a 4-framer. Really what the complaint is, and I can understand this from people trying to get into the game or people that have tried to get into the game, 6XLs just give so much power for doing something so simple. Like, I think it's no longer the case that this starts in 8 frames or that it's +2. I think it's just that it doesn't present itself as a neutral move, since the game likes to advertise itself and has been advertising itself since vanilla of being a very neutral heavy game. Just doing this, you immediately have full control of your pressure, you immediately have full control of what you're able to do, and really the countermeasure against this is just to try and DP, and even that can be like a big risk, because if you just do nothing, you get heavy baited.
Great.
And the other wild aspect that I on paper, the game says that this is functional, but I really don't think that I've seen anyone be able to do this in an actual match in neutral. They have nerfed the hitbox of 6XL, where the lower part of the hitbox actually got decreased. So like, it doesn't hit around the legs. And the idea of that is so that way you can try and hit the move with low attacks before it even comes at you. But like, trying to predict when it's going to come out is easier said than done. And getting a situation like that, it's not like believable. It's not in the same vein as Street Fighter 6 currently. We're like, okay, you see green, you whiff punish. You see any sort of drive move or special move, you drive impact, you drive parry. Like, those are believable to a degree, to where like the player can actually get strong enough to react to it. Reacting to 6XLs still really isn't that believable without some sort of tell. I think that's the current issue. Like 6XLs, I think they can be part of the game, but they still need to be calmed down. That's really the biggest issue. Okay, so this is post-edit Panda. I just wanted to add for the 6XL section of what I would want to see changed. I also want to add how much power that there is from doing 6XL on block. And I feel like that the characters that showcase this the most happen to be Siegfried and Narmaya. Obviously there's other characters, but I think that these characters kind of showcase it more. As I said, on block, like with Siegfried, for example, his buttons are just perfect in how he can really control the spacing once he applies 6XL on block. And if you've seen any tournament, if you've participated or have fought against any tournament, you fought against any Siegfried, you see this clearly just from this sequence, right? Or if not that, just doing... The thing with 6XLs that they've implemented for them is that there's 4 frames where if you've done a 6XL, there's 4 frames where you can't get another 6XL. So it's the idea that on block, that if you try and go for another 6XL, then going for 2L or far L will catch them. And this is supposed to be a countermeasure. However, you can avoid this countermeasure outright by just going for far light. And you can just take advantage of the plus frames from far light and just crush the opponent by the fact that you're using a level 2 move. Now the frames are still implemented in this scenario. So this is supposed to be essentially the countermeasure, as to say like, hey, don't just be mashing too well because I am still plus 2 in this scenario and you have to respect that. Now it makes the close medium change that I would want to see kind of, that I feel is necessary, is the buff that they did to 6XLs, in that they're all technically chainable after 6XLs.
Great.
So that way, close mediums can be a viable option for every character in the game that they can go into after a 6XL. And this is important for some characters like Matera, where their 6XLs just don't go that far, but like they want to use 6XL as a means of applying a punish, getting the hit, and getting good damage, so on and so forth. Now if we look at someone like Narmaya, for example, what makes her utilizing 6XL kind of scary is the fact that when she has her sword out here, the crazy thing about her sword is that on block it's +5. So this makes sequences like this much more scary, because now with her sweep you have to deal with the fact that her sweep is going to come out like a 2-frame attack. If not that, then you can just go for her 2M afterwards, because right there it's also a 7-frame startup. And we can see like, alright, I'm +1, time to go back into this. And we can see here that there's enough pushback at least, but the pushback isn't the same for every character. But this is currently an issue, and like just even having +5 on this can be a little nutty, and that's because of the spacing that 6XL provides for this. So yeah, more pushback please. This is another issue that I've seen players talk about, that they just want nerfed or dead or something, and that has to do with Brave Counter. Attention, attention. It has just been found out at Frosty Faustings that Brave Counters have been nerfed. The change is confirmed. that they are now negative on block, or at least safe on block. No one knows quite what the frame data is. Doesn't seem as though brave counters are punishable, but at the very least, they are not +6 anymore. I don't like this being a thing. I don't like the invincibility right there, because then what ends up happening is that if you do delay it, you just have weird BC battles. And then weird stuff like that, where you'll just invul through the initial BC. I don't like that. What I would at least want, because you could see from the match that I had before fighting the UL, I baited the Brave counter, and you'll just get weird situations where, okay, I'm +2 here, I'm +3, but there's no punish. Oh, look, +5. Oh, but I couldn't punish there. I could punish there. Like, it's very inconsistent. Like, you never know if you have the punish or not. What I would want is that if you have the foresight to see or to even guess that a brave counter is coming and you get the guess right, you should be able to have the slowdown effect just like how you would with a raging strike. Like, I don't think I'm crazy for wanting that. I feel like you should be rewarded for that guess. And like, maybe have less. No, actually, no, don't have it be less. Let me be +15, why not? If you want it to be less, let me be +8, I don't know. Like, I feel like that if you were to guess this correctly, I should get the punish. Not have it randomly be +5, and then randomly at other times, you know, have it not be +5. Like right there, okay, now, how am I -3? I guess correctly, why am I -3? Oh, but I'm +5 there. I think the last thing that I'd want to see, I can understand this from the developers as like, alright, if you get like a far confirm, you don't exactly have super meter, and you just want to like spend all your resources to try and get the hit. I really think Raging Strike loops need to end, because okay, I'm 5280 right there, but it's a little wild that I can go over 5k from a 2L far L confirm. Back in the very first beta of Granblue, before in the corner, looping this would very much be a thing, but then they got rid of it, so then that way that's not a constant, because you didn't really spend any of your meter. You could just hang on to everything, pop them up for free, and then still get your SBA or SSBA to do high amounts of damage. And they more or less got rid of that by saying like, hey, you can get the initial pop, but anything after that you have to spend resources if you want to continue the combo sequence. I think the devs are looking at the fact of like, okay, well, you're spending a diamond, and for spending that, you also get less of a chance to use your guard cancel, and you're spending meter, and you're taking more damage if you spend more than 2. I still don't like the idea of, hey, I'm able to take you to the corner from mid-screen, from a far light, and doing like nearly a lot of damage, or if not that, just doing Raging Strike, Raging Chain. Like in and of itself, it's a hard knockdown. I think that can stay, but I feel like that if you Raging Strike, Raging Chain loop, I think the second one should cause a soft knockdown state. So like, right there, they would bounce as if it's an EXO. Similarly to that. That's something that I'd want, because I would always hear from friends or others that I know that still play Granblue Fantasy versus Rising that like seeing Raging Strike, Raging Chain loops are kind of samey that like they always think that the scaling applied to it won't be enough to kill them, and then it ends up killing them. And like, not that it's cheesy or cheap, but I think they're just tired of it, and I'm getting kind of tired of it too. I think the negative of how they would change that, if they were to do that change, is that it would end up giving characters more mid-screen potential. And I say that as a negative because either it would help lower tier characters so that in that way they get more consistency that they don't currently have, but then that might end up meaning that someone like Belial will just get buffed because of this. So I would want to see Raging Strike, Raging Chain Loops be calmed down. Maybe not even like increase the scaling, just like I don't know, I want something done to it. But I also don't want Belial ending up being like he does Asmodeus here and he's still able to get a combo from it mid-screen. Like, I think if I can see that happening and people just losing their minds of just like Belial will forever be #1. But yeah, those are my thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any wish list changes that you would want to see from Season 2, any characters that you would want to see from Season 2, or if you're just excited to see Sandalphon, you know, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time I make another video.